Hey everyone, welcome back to EasySpeakWorld with Maya and Ethan, your favorite place where you learn real English through real conversations. Okay, so I need to start today with a confession.
Oh no.
Not a bad one, just a slightly embarrassing one. You know, last week I was telling you about how I reorganized my whole apartment.
Yeah, you were really proud of that.
I was so proud. I cleaned everything, sorted my shelves, even folded my towels in that little hotel style. And then my friend came over. She's from England, right? And I told her I made a big clean today.
Huh.
And she looked at me, just looked at me, and said very gently, Maya, you did a big clean.
Oh, that's painful.
It is painful because in my head, it made total sense. I made a clean apartment. I made it happen. I worked hard. Where was I wrong?
Yeah, no, I totally get the logic. It feels like it should work.
It feels exactly like it should work. And that's the thing. With do and make, English is just sneaky. The logic isn't always obvious.
It's one of those things native speakers never even think about. We just know. But explaining why, that's actually really hard.
Which is exactly why we're doing this episode. And as always, I've got Ethan here with me. And Ethan, I feel like you have a very calm, very rational explanation for all of this that is going to make me feel better about my towel folding story.
Yeah, Maya, I'm going to try. And I promise by the end of this, you're going to feel a lot more confident. This is one of those topics that sounds small, but once you really understand it, your English just sounds so much more natural.
Yes, that's what we want. Natural English, not I made a big clean.
We'll fix that.
Okay, but before we go any further, if you're watching this right now and you've ever mixed up do and make, we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Tell us which one trips you up more. Are you more of an accidental make person like me, or do you find do confusing? And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that now. It really helps us make more content like this. And we genuinely love this little community we're building together.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's get into it because there is actually a logic here. It's not random. English didn't just flip a coin and decide clean goes with do.
It feels like it did, though.
I know, but here's the core idea, and I want everyone to really hold on to this. When we use make, we're usually talking about creating something that didn't exist before, a product, a result, a thing you can see or touch or experience.
Okay, like making a cake.
Exactly. You start with flour and eggs and butter, you do the work, and at the end, there's a cake, a thing. That's make.
And do is more about the activity itself?
Right. Do is about the action, the process, the task, not necessarily about a physical thing at the end.
So do the dishes, there's no new thing created. You're just performing the task.
Exactly. The dishes existed. You're not building new dishes, you're just dealing with them. That's do.
Okay, that actually makes sense. Wait, I just said makes sense. Is that make?
Yes, great catch. Makes sense. You're creating sense. You're creating understanding, something that didn't exist before.
Oh, wow. So even in that expression, the logic holds.
It does. And honestly, that's one of my favorite things about this rule. When you start seeing it, you see it everywhere.
All right, so let's break this down properly, because I know our listeners are probably thinking, okay, cool concept, but I need real ones, relatable ones.
Yeah, let's go practical.
Let's start with stuff around the house, because that's where my whole towel folding disaster started.
So do the dishes, do the laundry, do the cooking, do the cleaning, do the vacuuming, do the ironing.
All do.
All do, because you're not creating a new thing, you're completing a task. The dishes were there, the laundry was there, you're just dealing with it.
So when I said I made a big clean, I should have said I did a big clean. Or actually, would a native speaker even say it that way?
They might say I did a big clean informally, or more naturally, I gave the apartment a good clean, but never make a clean, yeah.
See, even the correction has options. English is wild.
It is, but make a clean, that one's definitely not right.
Okay, and now make around the house.
Make the bed, make dinner, make a sandwich, make coffee, make a mess.
Make a mess. Interesting. So even destruction is make?
Well, think about it. before your mess, there was no mess. You created the mess. You brought it into existence.
Oh my gosh, so I make messes and do the cleaning up after.
That's a very real summary of life, yes.
That's deeply relatable. I feel like our listeners are nodding right now. Let's talk about work and school, because I feel like this is where a lot of learners get confused.
Big one. Okay. At school or university, do homework, do an assignment, do research, do a test, do an exam, do a course.
And make?
Make a plan, make a list, make notes, because you're creating something that didn't exist. Your notes are a new thing you produced.
Wait, so do notes is wrong?
Yeah, take notes or make notes, not do notes.
Okay, see, take is now entering the chat and making everything more complicated.
Yeah, take is its own episode. But for today, just know make notes because you're producing something. Do an exam because you're completing a task.
So I did my homework, correct.
Correct.
I made my homework wrong.
Wrong, because homework isn't something you create from scratch. It's a task. You do it.
But I made a presentation.
Correct, because the presentation didn't exist before. You built it.
Okay, I love this. I feel like every example is unlocking something in my brain.
That's exactly what's supposed to happen. And honestly, once you get the core feeling, make is creative, do is active, the specific phrases start to feel more natural. You stop memorizing lists and start developing instinct.
Which is the real goal of learning a language.
Exactly.
All right, I want to do something fun. I'm going to throw some sentences at you, just random ones from real life, and you tell me do or make. And explain like you're talking to a friend, not like a teacher.
Let's go.
She blank a decision.
Make. Make a decision. Because the decision didn't exist before. She created it.
Oh, so decisions are things we create.
Yeah, it's a mental product. You produce it. Make a decision. Make a choice. Make a plan. Make a promise. All things you bring into existence through your mind.
That's actually kind of beautiful. We make our decisions. We're creators.
I mean, yes, but also sometimes we make terrible decisions.
Also creative. Okay, next one. He blank his best.
Do. Do his best, because you're performing effort. There's no new object at the end. You're just giving everything you have to the task.
Do your best. Yeah, that one feels natural. I think most learners know that one.
It's a set phrase, really common. Just do your best. She always does her best.
Okay, trickier one. They blank a lot of noise.
Make. Make a lot of noise, because noise is a thing, a sound, a result. You're producing it.
Ooh, make noise, make a sound, make music.
Yes, make music, because music is something you create.
But do music. Would anyone ever say that?
Informally, people say she does music to mean she's involved in the music industry, like he does marketing, but that's a different structure.
See, even the exceptions have their own logic.
Always. English is weird, but it's rarely random.
Okay, can I share something? Because I think this next part is going to resonate with a lot of our listeners.
Yeah, go for it.
So when I was learning English, I'm not a native speaker, most of you know that. I used to just memorize phrases. Make a mistake. Okay, note it. Do homework. Got it. But I never understood why. And the problem with only memorizing is you hit a new phrase you've never seen before and you're stuck. You don't know what to do.
Right, you need the principle, not just the list.
Exactly. Because once you have the principle, you can guess, and your guess will usually be right.
And even when it's wrong, even native speakers sometimes pause and go, wait, is it do a favor or make a favor?
Wait, which is it?
Do a favor. Do someone a favor.
Because you're performing an act of kindness, not creating a favor object.
Exactly. The favor isn't a thing you can hold, it's an action. So, do.
But make an effort.
Make an effort. Because effort is something you generate, you produce it from inside yourself.
That's such a subtle distinction. I love it.
And this is why, and I want to say this to everyone listening, even if you get it wrong sometimes, you are not failing. You're in the process. Even advanced English speakers mix these up occasionally in a second language. The goal is to keep building your instinct.
Let's do relationships and communication, because I think this is a big one for learners.
Good call.
Make a comment, make a suggestion, make a complaint, make a request, make an offer, make a speech, make an announcement.
All make, because in each case you're producing communication that didn't exist before. The comment, the speech, the announcement, you bring them into being.
Do a speech sounds wrong, right?
It sounds very wrong, yeah.
Even though you're performing it.
Even though, yeah, English is inconsistent in places. Give a speech is also very natural, but do a speech, native speakers would notice that.
Okay, what about do a presentation?
This is interesting. You can say do a presentation and give a presentation, but make a presentation means you're building it, creating the slides, the content.
Oh, so I made the presentation last night means I built it. I did the presentation this morning means I delivered it.
Yes, that's a really sharp distinction. Exactly right.
Oh, wow. So context matters too.
Context always matters, and your brain already knows this. You just have to trust it.
Okay, we said we'd give you some useful phrases to take away, so let's do a little collection. Ethan, give me your top make expressions, the ones that come up in real conversation all the time.
Okay, make a difference, make progress, make sense, make time, make friends, make money, make a mistake, make an exception, make sure, make up your mind.
Make up your mind. Ooh, and that one's great. I can't make up my mind, meaning I can't decide.
Exactly, and it connects to make a decision. You're constructing your decision, forming it in your mind.
I love that. Okay, and top do phrases.
Do a good job, do your best, do the right thing, do someone a favor, do well, do badly, do nothing, do wonders.
Do wonders. I love that one. Like this tea does wonders for my stress.
Yes, it does wonders, meaning it produces amazing results. And notice, you could almost argue it's like make, because results are being produced. But in English, do wonders is fixed. It's a set phrase.
And that's okay. Not everything has to follow the rule perfectly.
Right, the rule is your compass, but you'll still encounter fixed expressions that you just have to learn as is. That's normal.
Let's talk about feelings, because emotions in English have their own do and make patterns.
Ooh, this is good.
That movie made me cry, correct?
Correct. And this is a big one. Make someone do something means you're causing that reaction. You're producing an emotion or action in someone else.
You make me laugh. She makes me nervous. That song makes me feel nostalgic.
All correct. And it follows the logic. You're creating a feeling that didn't exist before.
But that movie did something to me.
Yes, you can say that informally. That film did something to me, but it's vaguer, less specific. When you want to name the feeling, use make.
It made me sad. It made me think. It made me question everything.
Yeah, especially make me think. That's very common. This conversation is making me think.
Good. I want this podcast to make people think. That's literally the goal.
And maybe also make people feel less stressed about their English.
Haha, yes, both. Okay. I want to throw in something that I know confuses a lot of learners, and that's when make and do are both possible but mean different things.
Yeah, this is advanced territory, but important.
Okay, so make a business versus do business.
Great example. Make a business means you're building a company, creating it. Do business means you're engaging in business activity, conducting transactions.
So I want to make a business one day versus we do business with clients in Germany.
Exactly. Same word business, completely different meaning depending on the verb.
See, this is why this topic matters so much. It's not just about sounding correct, it's about meaning.
Always. Choosing the wrong verb can actually confuse your message, not just sound slightly off, but genuinely mislead someone.
Right. If you say, I want to do a business, an English speaker might understand you, but it sounds like you're performing a task rather than building something from the ground up.
Yeah, the weight is different. Make carries that creative ambition. Do is more transactional.
I think there's something kind of poetic there, honestly. I'm going to make a business sounds like you're an artist, a builder.
That's a good frame. Yeah.
Okay. What about mistakes? Because make a mistake is super common. But what about do wrong?
Yeah, do wrong is a thing. She did nothing wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. But if you're talking about a specific error, it's make a mistake.
So I made a mistake versus I did something wrong.
Yes, both are correct, different emphasis. Make a mistake is about the error itself. You produced something incorrect. Do something wrong is about your behavior. Your behavior was wrong.
Oh, wow. So make a mistake is more about the result, and do something wrong is more about the action.
That's a really clean way to put it, yeah.
I genuinely love when patterns start to click like that.
That click, that's language acquisition right there. That moment when it stops being a rule you remember and starts being something you feel.
Yes, and it happens gradually. You don't always know when it happened. You just realize one day, I didn't have to think about that. I just knew.
That's fluency. That's what we're working toward.
All right, let's do a quick rapid fire round. I'll say a phrase and you say do or make. No hesitation.
Ready.
Make or do progress.
Make progress.
Effort.
Make an effort.
Research.
Do research.
A phone call.
Make a phone call.
Exercise.
Do exercise or do a workout.
Yoga.
Do yoga.
A deal.
Make a deal.
The dishes.
Do the dishes.
A promise.
Make a promise.
Your hair.
Do your hair.
Oh, interesting. Do your hair even though you're kind of making a style?
Yeah, do your hair is fixed. You don't make your hair because you're performing a task on your hair, not creating hair from nothing.
Huh. Unless you're a hairdresser creating a masterpiece, in which case, maybe make emotionally applies.
Okay, sure. Artistic license.
One more. A cup of tea.
Make a cup of tea. You're bringing it into existence from nothing. Boiling water, adding leaves, creation.
I love that making tea is an act of creation.
Everything is an act of creation if you look at it right.
Okay, that's very philosophical for an English lesson.
That's me.
Let's pause for a second and address something I know some of our listeners are probably thinking. They're thinking, okay, I kind of get the rule, but what if I'm in a real conversation and I need to choose quickly and I don't have time to think?
Right, that's the real challenge.
Because in the classroom, you can stop and reason through it. But in a real conversation, it's fast. What do you do?
So, a few things. First, the most common phrases with make and do are actually fixed expressions. You'll use the same ones over and over. Make a mistake, do homework, make a decision, do your best. If you know the top 20 or so, you're covered for most situations.
Right. You don't need to know every phrase in English. You need to know the most useful ones really well.
Exactly. And second, if you're truly stuck, go with your gut. Your instinct is better than you think. You've heard so much English by now, even if you don't feel fluent, your brain has absorbed patterns.
And if you get it wrong,
Then you get it wrong, and you learn. Native speakers correct themselves mid-sentence all the time. It's not a disaster.
I've heard this from so many language learners. The fear of making mistakes actually holds them back more than the mistakes themselves.
Always. The mistake isn't the problem. The silence is the problem. Try, get corrected, try again. That's the process.
And honestly, most native speakers are so focused on what you're saying, not how you're saying it. If you communicate your meaning, you've succeeded.
Totally. I made a big clean. Your friend understood you perfectly. She just gently gave you the natural version.
She did, very kindly.
That's the best kind of correction.
Okay, let's wrap up with something really practical. I want to give our listeners a challenge, a real one.
Let's do it.
This week, and I mean starting today, right after this video, I want you to notice every time you use do or make in your own head, when you're thinking in English or when you're speaking. Just notice, don't judge, just observe.
And if you catch yourself unsure, pause for 1 second and ask, am I creating something or completing a task?
Creator or completer, I love that.
Yeah, creator or completer, that's your quick mental test.
Creating a thing, make. Completing a task, do.
It won't be perfect, but it'll start building the instinct.
And then come back here and let us know how it went. Seriously, we read comments, we see you. If you had a moment this week where you caught yourself about to say make and switch to do, tell us. That is worth celebrating.
Absolutely. Those micro moments are where real language learning happens.
All right, let's do the takeaway. Ethan, give me 3 clean sentences, 3 things to remember.
Okay. 1, use make when you're creating something, a product, a result, an idea, something that didn't exist before. Make a cake, make a plan, make a mistake, make a decision. 2, use do when you're completing a task or activity, something where the action itself is the point. Do homework, do research, do the laundry, do your best. 3, trust your instinct more than you think you should. The more English you listen to, the more your gut will know. These episodes are building that instinct one conversation at a time.
Beautifully said. And from my side, honestly, my main takeaway from today is this. English isn't perfect. It isn't always logical, but it has more logic than you think. And when you find it, it's actually kind of satisfying.
It really is.
Like a puzzle clicking into place.
Like making something.
Oh, very smooth.
I thought so.
Okay, everyone, that is it for today's episode of Easy Speak World. Thank you so much for being here. If you made it to the end, honestly, well done. You just did something great for your English today.
If you enjoyed this, please like this video and subscribe. It tells us you want more of this kind of content, and it helps other English learners find us too.
And drop a comment. We really mean it when we say we read them. Tell us which one trips you up more, do or make. And if you have a sentence you're not sure about, write it in the comments. We'll try to answer.
We'll see you in the next one.
Take care, everyone. Keep speaking, keep making mistakes, and keep doing the work.
Bye.
Bye.